Michelle from Nerdy Moms United, and today we're going to talk about how to set up rich pins on your blog. Stay tuned to the end, I have something special for you. How to set up rich pins for your blog. I'm going to show you how to apply for rich pins, setting it up, adding the correct meta tags to your site, validating your rich pins, and how to stop rich pins if you decide you don't want to use them anymore on your blog. So applying for rich pins, the purpose is to sync Pinterest with your blog. That way Pinterest knows, one, you have a website, and two, they are validating you. I'm going to show you how to apply for your rich pin meta tag and how that really works step by step, because I know coding is not really everyone's thing, but I want to make sure that I show you the foolproof way of doing that. When you are applying for your rich pins, it takes 24 hours for Pinterest to validate your site. So you have to be patient. So you'll set it up, and then you come back the next day to finish your validation process. Once you have finished setting up rich pins on your site, the great thing is that not only applies to your new pins, but it also connects to your existing pins. So it validates your new pins and your existing pins, which is really great because it helps you leverage that so you don't have to go back and change those old pins, which who really wants to really do that? You can get more information at the Pinterest website link below here. I'll make sure to drop below for you to make it a little easier. But I'm going to go through this whole process with you so you know exactly what to do. Okay, there are three types of Pinterest rich pins. There's article, recipe, and product. This is the article rich pin meta tag, and you can get this information at https://developers.pinterest.com/docs/rich pins/articles/?. I have the address right here, right under the title. Here's the code that they will provide to you to add to your site. Don't worry, I made it really easy for you. I created a easy downloadable that shows you how to do it. So here's an example of the code on their website. And I'm going to show you how to fill it out. So you'll copy this piece of code onto a notepad or some other text editor. And this is what you're going to do. You're going to change the yellow highlighted areas. This is what you're going to put there. You're going to put your website name. So I put my website name. I put a description of what my blog is about. The URL, again, right here. The site name. The date of my site. And again, they're going to want the author of that site. So you can either put your website name or your name. It's totally up to you. But the green areas is where you want to put your personal information regarding your website. What if you are not doing an article pin, like you're not doing regular posts, but you've got products instead? You're doing a website store or a web store front end. Well, this is where product pins would be your thing. Again, here's the website of where you can get this code on Pinterest, but don't worry, the printable I have for you details this information so you can easily copy and paste so you don't have to hunt around on Pinterest. The yellow highlighted areas are what you're going to want to change in this metadata code. And I'm going to show you what it looks like if I was doing it for my own site. Here, no, I don't offer fuzzy bunny slippers on my site. but it's just a hype of what you would do if you were running a product site. So for the title of the item, I'm selling fuzzy bunny slippers. I put a description of the funny bunny slippers right here. It keeps your feet warm with these cute light pink fuzzy bunny slippers. And then you want to provide the exact web address to that product, including the product ID number. Now, one thing to bear in mind, you only have to do this once. You don't have to do it with all your products. You just need to do it with one of them. Same thing with the article code. You just have to do it for one of them just to get verified. Once you do that, then the rest will be just fine. You want to give your website name, how much the item is, what kind of currency it's related to. Since I'm in the US, it is the US dollar. That's what that code means. And if it's in stock or not. What if you're running a recipe blog? Well, here's the meta tags for that. Here's where you'd get that code from Pinterest. But I'm going to walk you through it anyway, and I'll provide it in my printable. So, the yellow areas are where we're going to change your site, your website name, the recipe name, how long it takes to cook, how many people it will serve, the number of ingredients and the name of the ingredients or the measurement. And then again, if you have more than one ingredient, you would add another line for that. Okay, this last part is part of the schema for the recipe piece. You only have to do it for one of the recipes, so I suggest you do it for a short recipe. If you have a rating value for your recipes, you put the rating value of that specific article for that recipe out of 5, because usually it has a star rating of 1 through 5. So you put the /5 and how many people have reviewed the item. If you haven't had any people review that recipe, no big deal. Here's an example of what it would look like if you would to fill that out. I do have recipes on my website, but not this specific recipe. This is just a fictitious one because I'm sure people know how to make coffee. Again, the name of my website, which is nerdymomsunited.com. So I just put Nerdy Moms United because they don't want the web address, they just want the name of the website. How to make a pot of coffee. The link to the recipe post. How long it takes to make. How many people it serves. The first ingredient, 4th cup of coffee grounds. And I just label off each ingredient item. Here I show the ingredient items again, so you can see that I'm not omitting any piece of code. This last part is the rating and how many people have left reviews for that item. So, once you have your code, how do you apply it to your website? Well, I'm glad you asked because I'm going to cover that next. Adding meta tags to your site. Not everyone is big on coding. I've been a web developer for over 15 years, so this is something I do on a regular basis. However, this is not everyone's cup of tea. The easiest way to do it, and how I do it to make it super simple, is that I go get this plugin called Insert Footers and Headers, because you're going to be adding this metadata tag from Pinterest in the header of your website. I know if I just sounded like I just talked nerdy to you, don't feel bad. I'm going to simplify it for you. You're going to get this plugin, Insert Headers and Footers. It's completely free. Get the plugin activated. Once it is activated in your WordPress dashboard, go to Settings, and there is a plugin right there inside the Settings menu. Insert Headers and Footers. So you'll click on that, and it brings you to this window. So in its dashboard, there's 3 sections. There's one for header, body, and footer of your website. We want to add this code into the header of your website. Here you can see the same code for the article that I showed you earlier on one of the earlier slides. I copy that code and I paste it right in there. This is the exact code I showed you earlier. You just copy it from the handout I gave you with the changes you needed to make, and you just paste in this area from start to finish. That's the whole metadata code for an article post. Once you're done pasting it in there, you'll scroll down to the bottom below the body tag section and you hit the blue saved button. Pretty simple, right? Next, you're going to go back to, you're going to wait 24 hours. You're going to go back to Pinterest website because you have to wait 24 hours before it'll validate. You go to this exact website here, developers.pinterest.com/tools URL debugger. On the screen, you'll scroll down and you'll put your web address right here and click the validate button. You have to wait 24 hours or this will not work. You'll get an error. Once you hit that and it's happy, it will say, congratulations, your rich pins are available on Pinterest. Here it says it's enabled. It has the site name and web address. I have a favicon on my site. That's the icon for my site, and the retina icon already installed on my site. So it says it's completely happy. It will have additional information if you scroll down below. I didn't think you were going to be interested in my stuff, so I spared you that. It will give, so what if you don't want rich pins on your site at all, or you want to turn that off? Well, the best way to do it is you can use that same plugin that I showed you earlier. And all you do is you take this code right here that I have here in the second bullet, and you just add it right into the header script box of the insert header and footer web part. You just paste it in there in the header section, and you scroll down and hit the save button. And then that way there's no more rich pins applied to your site anymore. That's it. It's pretty simple. I hope this video was helpful to you. I will leave all the Pinterest links I showed in my video down below for you to make things a little easier for you. That way you can see where I got the metadata tags from the Pinterest help site. Also, I will leave the validation link down there below too. That way you can validate your site after you've added the rich pins 24 hours after you applied the code. Also, I have that handy printable for you. It's a cheat sheet of all that code, metadata code, so that way all you do is copy it, add your personal information from your website, so that way you can apply that meta tags to your site. Also, I'll leave a link to the plugin I use as well. If you like my video, like and subscribe, leave comments below. My name is Michelle from NerdyMomsUnited.com, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.